So my grandpa asked me the other day, he's like, Rue, oh, it's so cool you're doing adventure videos. I love that for you. Are you like, is this like a job? Are you like making money? And I told him, yes, it is a job and I am making money. And I think you could do it too. Well, I didn't say that to my grandpa. I'm saying it to you. Here's how I make money as an adventure filmmaker, so you can too.
Truth is, there's nothing like old friends. 'Cause you can't make old friends.
Before digging into the financials of it all, I do want to say that this career path wasn't built overnight. Way back in my freshman year of college was the first time I had a freelancing gig for somebody. I'd made a corporate video for a financial advisor firm downtown where I was going to school. I got paid $1,000 and I was so stoked because I thought that would just continue to happen all the time. But it didn't. I was making videos for local sunglass companies, doing promo videos for local shirt companies, shooting a branded documentary about my friend for zero money that I hoped would go into a film festival, making a website with some stuff that I had made, but nothing that was really too professional. It took years to get to the point where I was getting paid by companies to make outdoor adventure content. So when I was graduating college, I had 4 years of experience where I was kind of hustling and trying to make this freelance photography business work for myself. And when I graduated, I'd begun to charge more, I understood a little bit more about the industry, and now it brought me to today, many years later, post-college, where I now have a very solid understanding of where my money is coming from and how I make money. And for me, there are 3 main ways that I make money as an adventure filmmaker. The first is I get hired by a brand or an agency. This is typically the most common and often the more financially rewarding result. How I get connected to these companies or agencies can happen in a myriad of ways. They may see my film at a film festival. I may meet them in some outdoor industry networking event. Sometime I even met a creative director while we were out skiing on a ski lift and I ended up working for his company. There's a ton of different ways on how I get connected to these companies, but ultimately the company will hire me as a sort of production company. I will do a film for them, I'll do a series of photos, maybe some of the deliverables will be social media content or an article for their website to accompany the expedition that I went on with their athlete. It can take a wide range of formats, but ultimately the brand gives me money to execute a project for them. The second way I make money as an adventure filmmaker is by working for a production company as a director. This is happening less and less since I've kind of become a documentary filmmaker for brands specifically. I really enjoy the business side and I enjoy working directly with the client, but sometimes I get reached out to by a production company who wants me to direct a project for one of their clients, for one of the companies that hired them. So if in the first instance, I am the production company, the second, a production company then hires me, I typically make a lot less than I would if I was working directly with the brand. However, when I'm done with that project with the production company, I'm normally not in charge of editing it or creating a package for the client at the end of the day. I normally direct or shoot or do what I'm hired to do on set and move on. So as opposed to making a project rate when I work directly with the companies or with the agencies, I'm typically making a day rate for these production companies. I normally do this less than 1 day a month because I'm normally busy shooting and handling my other projects that I don't have time to work for other production companies for normally a lesser rate than what I would take when I'm working with the companies. However, a few years ago, I was doing more work on set to kind of get the experience and get the understanding of how the industry worked. So both are valuable in their own right, but I prefer the business side of working directly with the companies because I found that to be the most lucrative and the most fun for myself personally. The third way I make money as an adventure filmmaker is through passion projects. Passion projects have been like the lifeblood of my career. I love shooting passion projects and they have led to so many amazing opportunities for me in the filmmaking industry. So I do this project for free because I believe in it and I love it and I'm passionate about it, and ultimately that project will then connect me to a paid project down the line. So while it's very rare that I will make a lot of money from the passion projects, they typically are the most creatively fulfilling and I can do whatever I want with them. I used to pitch my passion projects a lot to brands, but I've actually since stopped doing that because I work so much with brands on my own that sometimes I just want to have the full creative control and the full creative direction up to myself and just see what I can come up with on my own. So when I'm working with a brand, I can say, hey, this was all me. And they can see my skill sets and my soul as a filmmaker. So if you're feeling a little bit stuck in your career and you want to elevate to the next level, a passion project might do that for you financially, but I think what it does for me the most is it does that for me creatively. Sometimes passion projects make money, sometimes they don't. But I think having a creative outlet where you're making exactly what you want to make and you're showing the work that you want to get hired for, ultimately, down the line, may get you unstuck from this situation and help you get hired for the things that you love to make. And some of my most successful projects have made no money at all, but they've connected me to clients, or they gave me a really amazing experience in and of itself. And I think that's the beautiful thing about filmmaking, is the places it can take you and the stories you can tell and the people you get to meet along the way. So although money is a big driver in society and we love talking about money and we love making more money, I think questioning for yourself, what is it that I want my adventure filmmaking career to look like, can be a good question. Do you want it to be the most profitable thing where you're grossing $1 million a year? Or do you want to have a comfortable salary, whatever that means to you, and working on projects that you're truly passionate about and you don't get burnt out? Money opens up so many doors, but it can also close some. I always say that there are projects I do for free and there are projects I do for money. And the projects I do for money, I will never do for free. And the projects I do for free, I will never do for money. If there's a local nonprofit that I truly believe in, I want to volunteer my time. I'm not going to charge them a director rate the same that I would for a big campaign for another company. But if there's a big campaign for a company going on, I wouldn't do it for free because my skills are valuable and I value myself that way. So going through these questions and asking for yourself what you want your filmmaking career to look like, I think is really important. And regardless of how much you make or where you make your money, I think ultimately it just comes down to, are you happy? Are you doing what you love, and are you making money and having a career in that? Obviously, the adventure filmmaking industry is exciting and it's adventurous and it's fun and you meet great people and you go to exciting places, but ultimately it's not about the money. For me, success isn't about making the most money. It's about being well-rounded and happy. It's about having a healthy work-life balance where I love what I do and I go on big adventures, but I can also be home and share community with loved ones and go on and do things that I want to do because I have the financial freedom to do so. The more empathetic I can be so I can connect with people on a deeper level, the more active I can be so I can follow athletes and do bigger adventures through my documentary projects. These are things that will make me happy, and they do make me happy. And money isn't a part of that. Making more and more and more every year is fun and exciting, but ultimately I make money because I want to support a lifestyle where I'm happy. And that doesn't mean making millions and millions of dollars every year. There's a lot of ways I can still grow to make better documentaries, create a more sustainable business, and be happier in my career. And almost none of those revolve around money. And I know I just made a whole video about it, but hopefully these questions can help you think for yourself. What is the value of money for myself in my own career? So I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit that like button below. It makes a difference. If you want to see more about adventure photography and adventure filmmaking, hit that subscribe button. There are new videos coming every week. I love you. I'm proud of you. Have the best day ever.